Oh, we're doing this again, aren't we? Thank God for iced coffee. Hey, welcome to a brand new This First That. Is it too late to call it anything else? Last week on This First That, we took a good hard look at what was worse. Catching your parents having sex, or being caught by your parents having sex. Oh, you wouldn't believe what we decided was worse. You probably would, but you should go watch it anyway. This week we're gonna take a look at what's worse, being immortal or just being regular old mortal. But before we do that, I want to give a big thank you to Audible.com for helping me connect with you guys this week. Audible.com is the leading provider of audiobooks online. They've got more audiobooks than I can count on my hands. As you get older, you're going to find that less and less people are going to be willing to sit down and actually read you a book. That's why audiobooks are so great. Audible.com has given me a special link to give to you guys so that you can get a free audiobook on me when you use it to sign up. You just go to audible.com/MattG. So because this video is all about mortality, I went on the Audible app, which you can get for any mobile device, and I searched mortality. One of the things that came up was Final Exam, a surgeon's reflection on mortality. Sounds like some deep stuff. So if you check out audible.com/MattG, you can get such great books like The Final Exam, a surgeon's reflection on mortality. Alright, let's take a look at what's worse. Look, I have a dream, and it's to come on a Terminator's face. I don't think I'm going to be able to achieve that without immortality. But on the other hand, with being mortal and knowing you're going to die, that makes every second with food in your mouth just a little bit more special. But you know, being immortal would be a great way to back up me screaming, "I am immortal!" before I begin any fight. It'd just be a great way to, you know, walk the talk. But, you know, being immortal does have its downfalls. I mean, when you're immortal, you've got the excuse to never clean anything ever because you're dying and you've got way more awesome shit to do. As always, I've brought in an expert on mortality who's been pondering what's worse, dying or never dying. Let's see what he's got to say. I'll admit, that is a little dark. But you know, I asked you guys what you thought was worse. And here's what you had to say. Being immortal is worse, because eventually you're gonna end up all old and wrinkly and shitting your pants every day. Being immortal is worse, because you're gonna have to live through all of the shitty trends that everybody thinks is a good idea. Cough, cough, everything on the internet right now, including this, and the Kylie Jenner challenge. Sorry, I have a bit of a frog in my throat. Being immortal is worse because you're gonna have to watch everybody you love die over and over. Or, just don't love. How's that? Being immortal is worse because you're gonna have to keep making up excuses as to why you're 134 years old. Just tell them it's your diet. Like, maybe you eat, I don't know, broccoli all day, every day. That seems believable. Being mortal is worse because you could just trip over something and die. If you're immortal, it'll just hurt a little bit. God. For some reason, I can't get this vision out of my head. Those old commercials where the lady falls and she's like, "Help! I've fallen and I can't get up! Forever!" Being immortal is worse because imagine the world explodes and everybody dies and then you're just left floating around in space. I don't see the problem. Immortal's worse because bitches ain't loyal. I hope I said that correctly. I wasn't quite sure if that... It sounded kind of like a gangster thing to say. Immortality would strengthen the human habit of destroying the natural order. Death... look, you're bumming me out. Can I just get like a fucking dick joke or something? Being immortal is worse because everything and everyone is awful, and I wouldn't want to be around that forever. Being immortal because Sherlock Season 10. I think what you meant was being immortal would be better because you get to watch Sherlock Season 10. But I got news for you. Eggs Benedict ping pong match is gonna die way before they get to Season 10. Mortal is worse because when you die there's no more pizza and cats. Being mortal is worse because I like to drink bleach without all the worry. I know what you mean. This is the great vintage of bleach. I'm never gonna die. Immortal, because then you could like suck blood or whatever. You don't have to be immortal to suck blood. Death is coming. This blood isn't healthy. Mortal's worse because you could die. But then if you die, you're dead. Immortal is worse, because just look at the Wolverine. Alright. You know, because I don't think we have time for me to explain to you guys why I think the peace and quiet of floating into the nothingness of space after the world ends would be nothing but just a nice change to get some goddamn peace and quiet. I have decided that being immortal is worse, because there's no time. Yeah, anyway, if you think I'm wrong, you can leave a comment below letting me know. It's not going to change anything. But if you have an argument for next week's this versus that, leave it in a comment below. I'm looking for the ones that get the most thumbs up, so if you see one you like, give it a thumbs up, maybe we'll do it. And if you want to get your say in on the next one, check out my Facebook and Twitter, because I ask every Wednesday. And if you're watching this on the MattG124 app on your smartphone or iPod or whatever you've got, high five. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Iced coffee. Oh yeah. So Jojo, how about you and I become immortal and then we go live in the woods together and we drink coffee and whatever, right? We could be like the Sasquatch. All right, go. Fine, you don't wanna be like the Sasquatch? Whatever, I'll be the Sasquatch. I got enough body hair anyway.